Hey guys, Mona here. Welcome back to the channel. So, fed up teacher quits with shocking warning. These kids can't even read. Oh dear, where do I start with this one? I've been watching a lot of videos, reading a lot of articles about this actually, about how the so-called iPad generation kids are struggling at schools and everything. People criticizing parents, people criticizing schooling systems, people criticizing teachers. And she's got a very interesting argument. I've only watched the first part. I haven't watched the full interview yet. It's relatively a short video for about four and a half, 5 minutes. I look, it's let's not take any sides. It's really hard being a parent, in my opinion. No one gives you a manual when you start parenting children. I'm not saying that all parents nowadays can be given excuses or whatsoever. I'm just acknowledging the fact that it's really, really hard. And criticizing parents is, yeah, I mean, it's a form of feedback, but it's really not constructive. I really wish if people could just, help rather than just constantly criticizing. And it's also quite easy to make comments and, talk about problems that we are not facing or we're not in as well. So we have to kind of approach this with an open mind. And I also understand why some of these teachers are really upset. Classrooms are a lot more different. AI is sort of changing the way we're interacting with information and so on. But she's got a very interesting argument. I don't want to spoil it. I want you guys to hear it first, and then we'll talk about it together.
A former English teacher going viral after posting a raw and unfiltered farewell video as she leaves the classroom behind after just 3 years. Listen.
A lot of these kids don't know how to read because they have had things read to them, or they can click a button and have something read out loud to them. I just don't think these kids even care. They don't care about making a difference in the world. They don't care about how to have a resume. They don't care how.
I mean, okay, I don't. Why would kids be interested from a very young age to change the world? I don't think they're still learning about themselves and then their surroundings and all. I do agree with the part where she says that. It's they press buttons and all that kind of stuff. I talked about that a lot in my previous AI videos where it's doing things for you. You're not taking part in an activity. It's showing you the activity. You're not practicing anything basically. So I'm with her on that.
I mean, how to write a resume. They don't care how to write a cover letter because ChatGPT will just do it for them. And I think that we need to cut off technology from these kids. Probably until they go to college.
Okay. I think this person is really upset. She probably snapped at work and she's really upset with how the situation is. I don't really see how we could implement such law where, okay, how old are you? You're 16. You've been caught with an iPad. So what is going to happen? But I do understand where she's coming from. I could tell she's a very young and she's a very passionate person. And she probably got really stressed out, and she just wanted to call everything. And I appreciate that, at least she's being very honest. She's coming from a very good place. But I think preventing people from using iPads until they go to university is a little bit difficult. So I think it all starts at home, and maybe schools, parents, it has to be a collective effort, in my opinion. That's what I think. We can't really just blame one person. We can't just blame parents or schools or the kids or whatever that is. It has to come from everyone. But anyway, let's watch the rest of the interview.
Hannah is a former teacher, and she joins us now. She posted that video. More than 1 million people have seen it, Hannah, probably more by the time we're on this morning. Why did you post that video?
So I taught for 3 years, as I said in my video. I wasn't always a teacher. I actually started my career in digital marketing. So I've been in the digital world for about 5 years now, or since I've graduated. And throughout the 3 years, I've taught digital arts classes and I've taught an English class. And I would say that in all of my teaching experience, technology has posed quite a challenge. And with AI becoming so accessible to children nowadays, especially teaching in an English or Core 4 classroom, it's been especially challenging, kind of to have the kids comprehend and critical think and think for themselves on certain things.
Yeah.
So on my way out, I wanted to kind of raise awareness and just let people know how AI and technology is affecting their children these days.
You see, like I really can tell she's coming from a very good place. I mean, bless her, she sounds like a very, very genuine person, and I do agree with her. By the way, the easiest way to describe it is someone was telling me the other day, like having AI solve all your problems is like you're going to the gym with someone and someone doing the exercises in front of you. You don't do any of the exercises. You don't really grow your muscles. You don't really get fit. You just watch someone do the exercises and then you go back home. So you're not really taking part in anything. You're just watching. And I think that's what's going on. That's what's happening basically.
Right. I know, coming from a mother who taught for 33 years, my sister's a teacher in South Carolina, the challenges that y'all deal with, this is even before AI was a thing. I'm sure it's even more challenging now. And clearly, your opinion is, yes, it is. You're a high school teacher. I'm sure your students loved you. We hate to see someone leave education because of problems within the classroom. Give me some examples of what the students are saying to you.
Well, a lot of students, and I do want to be clear, I taught a lot of very motivated and bright children. And so I don't want this to come off as if this is all the kids' fault. But I do know that a lot of times in my English classroom, I would ask them to write down a short response or just 5 sentences to answer a question. And a lot of times it would be about 2.5 sentences. And they would say, well, I can't think of anything else to say. Or, well, why do I have to answer in complete sentences? Like, you get the point from what I'm saying in just this little sentence. And then a lot of times I would assign essays, long form essays. And I know how children write, especially when they handwrite me things in the beginning of the school year. And so when a student, how I know how they write, typically would give me a very eloquently and thorough essay on a topic that I know that normally wouldn't come from them, I would ask them, was this really you? And I'd run it through an AI generator. And of course, it would say 100% ChatGPT or AI. And I would speak to the student and they would more so question of, well, if I have to redo this, how much is it really going to affect my grade? Can I just take the 0?
Oh my gosh, trying to take the easy way out. Yeah.
Right.
Is it promoting just a laziness among our children?
I suppose, and a lot of them.
I mean, if you think about it, every piece of technology that we buy nowadays, every business is trying to sell you convenience and try to give you the easy way out. It's happening to children now. I think it's good that they're talking about it and all, but this has been happening for a very long time. And again, she's really coming from a very good place. But I think the issue, what I see, is that she expects children to give her a certain output, then only she would be happy. And I think as a teacher or as an educator, sometimes you have to adapt to, you have to adapt to what you see, to the input that you see, to the output, that you see. Basically, you have to change things. I think she's just, she got really disheartened very quickly, which is unfortunate. But going back to that laziness bit that they're talking about, we're really, everything we buy nowadays is just designed to make us lazy. And that's how the world works, that the companies want to capitalize using that idea. I think the responsibility falls on us as people. We have to be disciplined enough to not to fall into that laziness and just become very consumed by everything that we buy.
Are just feeling as though they don't really need to do the work anymore because AI will just do it for them.
Right.
And I think that AI can be in a classroom in a very effective way if we teach children in the older grades how to use it properly. But if we're allowing them this unlimited access in the classroom to use AI, they're not going to.
You see, she's saying unlimited access. And I think this is where the discipline part comes in. You cannot expect, that goes for a lot of things as well. Watching television for unlimited hours, playing video games for unlimited hours, being on your phone for of course, this is going to mess you up. It's just the same thing as well. So you have to set boundaries and you have to set rules. And I think that comes from everyone, the way you interact with the children, school rules and parents and all.
to do the work themselves.
Yeah, I know you're a proponent of getting technology out of our classrooms, getting the phones out of our classrooms. I still can't believe some schools are allowing that. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry you had to leave the classroom. What are you going to do next?
Yes, well, I actually am working in a nonprofit now. I run donor relations, development, and digital marketing for them. So I'm back in what I was doing before teaching, and I'm loving it so far.
All right. Well, Hannah, thank you for giving up those 3 years. Appreciate it. We love our teachers.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Oh my God! Thank you for giving up these 3 years that you'll never get back of your life. What a way to end the interview! Oh my goodness! Look! I mean, look, guys. I've been hearing about this a lot. Yeah, I think this is something that everyone has to act on. It's not one party's fault. It's not just that. Kids are actually a victim of all of this, by the way. All these channels, all this media, all the bright colors that they see, the flashy technology that is just designed to actually get their attention so that they can make money out of their views. And I think a lot of parents are inexperienced. They don't understand that these channels are just, they're designed to get their kids' attention so that they can make money out of their kids. My message to the parents is, would you let your kid be a tool for some kind of a YouTube channel to get views so that they could make money out of your children's attention, and they just don't really care about their development or their span attention or whatever that is? Or would you want to be a bit more in control and just think about what activities you could do with them rather than just, giving them an iPad and just letting them deal with it? I come across this situation the other day where a woman, I go to this cafe near my office, and there was this woman who wrote a note on a receipt to a parent and a child as well. Now, the parent and the child were both on their, the parent was actually on their phone. The child was trying to talk to them, and the parent just completely ignored them. And this woman basically left a note that says, your child is trying to talk to you. Can you please respond to her instead of looking at your phone? And I think this is the thing, is like, parents have to set an example, and everybody got to do this together. We can't just shift the blame on one. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents, really. Everyone is welcome to put in their opinion in the comments. So thank you so much for watching. I just want to talk about this because I've been hearing and reading about this quite a lot lately. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.